Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We have reached the end of the Indian Dutch Cybersecurity School, and so this is the closing session. Thank you so much for joining. For today, the moderator will be Michelle Vandemakke, the Deputy Director of the Hague Center for Strategic Studies and the organizer of the Indian Dutch Cybersecurity School. So with no further ado, I will give the floor to Michelle to set the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Calliope. Thank you so much for helping me out the last 2 weeks and all the months before in preparing this school. I think it's well, in my view, has been very successful actually. It was a bit of a challenge whether or not it would work out doing an international purely digital school with only a couple of people that we knew up front, but I think it turned out really well, and that's also especially because of the hard work that you did on this one actually. So what I would like to do is on the base of a PowerPoint, just go over a bit on the summer school, and then of course also like to hand over later on to Vikash and to Kartik, who were also helping out in creating this nice initiative. So if you could share the screen. Yeah, so this was the third cybersecurity school in a row. The first two issues were, of course, during the summer holidays, so we call it the summer school, because we started a little bit later this year, and the format was totally different, I can state. We just called it a school. Next sheet, please. I think it is being successful. So I'd like to take you with us a bit further on how it was organized, a little bit of the fact sheet kind of approach, and I think that is useful for you to understand what has been happening, as well as what is still to come for at least some of you. That's about the challenges. Thank you so far. Calliope, next sheet, please. Next. So yeah, first of all, a big thank you to all the co-organizers. Without their support, either financially because of the sponsoring parts of the cost of the school, or the time and effort they put in it, without them, this was not being possible. So thank you very much. And I think also that the municipality of The Hague is helped out a lot, but is also very grateful of all helping out on this school, and because of the active relations that are being established here again via the school, because there are memorandums of understanding, MOUs as they're called, on specifically also climate security, where this school helps out to operationalize this this understanding and this collaboration, so to say. Next sheet, please. I think we had a lot of lectures. Okay, next. Calliope, yeah. And some facts and figures I think are nice to understand. So we had more than 950 registrations. So I was a bit afraid at the start that we would constantly have 965 people in the course. In practice, that was not the case constantly, but in general, we had quite a stable number of participants. So that's, I think, around 300. It's the bottom of the sheet. And what for me was a bit unsure at the start of the school whether Zoom would live up the expectations, and actually I think that went quite well. So we had nice lectures over the 2 weeks from India, from the Netherlands, and I think it is interesting to see what will come next 2, 3 weeks when we start working on the challenges. Before I hand over to also Vikash and Kartik to say a few words, I think it's interesting to show, if that's possible for you, Calliope, or maybe later on, what the students that participated for more than 60% of the lectures will gain. They will gain a certificate. And maybe you'll show it later on. But anyway, as a token of appreciation and a recognition of the fact that you put in so much effort on top of your normal daily activities and at the universities and at work, I think it's a nice and important thing to have and to hand over to you. I think that will be done later this week, but Calliope will tell more about this. Last but not least, and I'll hand over, is that I would really thank all the students for their effort, because of your attendance, your activity, your questions, your Q&A, also for the lectures. It was interesting to participate in this school. So thank you again for that. I hope that you really learned a lot, and that especially the intent of the course was to broaden your scope of what cybersecurity is matched with what you learned during the school. So hopefully this school will help you in the near future to either prioritize what you think is important for your current life and in terms of what you'd like to study or work in, and or you might have been triggered by the fact that some of the topics that you were not aware of are precisely in your field of interest. And so hopefully also that is an effect of this school. And all in all, I think it will help, and hopefully it does indeed underpin the need for worldwide collaboration, and especially with some people in the Netherlands that we like to, of course, see happening as well. So thank you very much, and Calliope, again, over to you.
Thank you, Michel. So a few more, if you allow me, facts on challenges. We are going to have 5 multidisciplinary challenges. Of course, those were showcased on Friday. So we're going to have multiple challenges on accountability, on security, cybersecurity on a technical level. Overall, the tests were, we had large attendance in the test, 257 participants that took the test. From those 257, 100 have been selected, and I will send over the acceptance email by the end of this day, along with the challenges, so you can submit your preferences. And for the following 4 weeks, you're going to be separated into groups, and will work along with your group members and with the supervision of the expert in challenges. So even though the lectures have finished, you will be, the 100 people that have been selected will go on to do the challenges. And as I said, there will be a separate certificate for this as well. And to quickly run to the media side, some facts and figures. Of course, our main social media is Twitter. And this template of what happened over the period of the previous month, we had 16,600 impressions. So overall interactions with our tweets, on the lectures, on the inaugural session as well. And if I can go a bit into more detail, here you can see the engagement rate, the link clicks also for the period of the previous month, the retweets, the likes, the replies. So we had a big engagement by students, but our community as well, the co-organizers and the contributors, and the lecturers as well that followed us on Twitter. And I encourage you all to follow us if you don't already in Twitter, so you can keep up with our news for this year, of course, but for the next years to come as well. Some figures also for our website. So these are over the period of 19 days. You see the unique visits, page views, the average pages per unique visit. So we have thousands of them. And thank you so much to you. And of course, to all the interested parties that entered. In our website, you can see, of course, not only information on this year's call, but also on the previous editions as well of the summer school that passed in 2019 and 2018. So you can find media and information on these editions as well. And other media, we were featured in other websites of our co-organizers or of our larger community of contributors. So the Hague Center for Strategic Studies, the Hague Security Delta, hardware.io, and of course many more. And we would like to thank them all for the support throughout this school. And yes, for the support also during the previous years, the previous editions. With that, I would like to personally thank you all for participating in the lectures and for engaging with us. It was a wonderful experience for me as well, working with all the co-organizers, the lecturers, but also the participants. And I hope that you will be able to participate and follow us in the following years as well. Thank you very much. And back to you, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you, Calliope. I think I'd like now to maybe Kartik give the floor to also address the students and the co-organizers shortly.
Sure, Michelle. Thank you. So good afternoon and good evening to all. At the onset, I would like to thank the Hague Center for Strategic Studies for taking this initiative and coming up with the approach of an online school so that we continue with the mission of skill building, even when the earlier model of contact sessions could not be carried forward in view of the pandemic. Thanks to Netherlands Embassy, the Municipality of Hague for partnering with Government of Karnataka for conducting this course. Special thanks to Michelle for leading the activities. Conducting a program like this involving many experts, like Michelle was explaining, 17 different experts, coordinating amongst them, scheduling such that it is convenient to all of them, involves a lot of coordination and program management. Thanks to Calliope taking care of all this and ensuring a smooth set of courses. This is an important course because it is said that cybersecurity is a domain with zero unemployment, right? The industry, in fact, is experiencing what is called a skills gap. And multiple studies have consistently rated cybersecurity as a domain with one of the highest skills gap. I strongly urge all the students as well as working professionals here to leverage this opportunity. The demand for cybersecurity professionals will only increase in future. This is because our adoption of technology, whether for business purposes or for personal usage, it's only increasing, right? And will probably continue to increase exponentially. And as technology adoption increases, the requirement to make it safe and secure will always be underlying it. Whether we are talking of a bespoke developed web application or cloud or artificial intelligence or Internet of Things, all of this will have an underlying technology security need. Whether you call it cyber security, or you call it information security, or you call it system security, the need to make technology resilient to attacks will always be critical. Having said that, I would also like to tell all the participants to not limit your interest to only security. If you are a technologist, pursue interest in more aspects of technology as well, like application development, application maintenance, ITIL, artificial intelligence. From my personal experience, I can tell you that all these make you a more rounded professional. When you are talking to a, let's say, a application developer or a L1, L2, L3 support person, you will be able to better appreciate their point of view and be able to empathize with them, and together do better design of security processes with this wider exposure. If you have knowledge of, say, ITIL process, change management process, incident management process, that really helps in having a better conversation. At some point in future, most of you may become a CISO of an organization, and this kind of knowledge of different aspects of technology, policy, process will help you have much better and fruitful conversations with your colleagues. So it's glad to see that in the cybersecurity school this year, we had a very wide exposure to some of these courses. I wish all of you a fruitful career. You are pursuing interest in a domain that is gaining significant importance and criticality. Best wishes, and do your best. Thanks, Michelle. Over to you.
Thank you, Kartik. And indeed, it's interesting to hear this. And it's, I think, not only in India that there's zero unemployment in this domain, actually. So I think the talent pool that that India is trying to fill is, well, it's probably not only limited to India itself, but we also can use some of your experience as well, and talented people in the Netherlands or in Europe as well. So thank you so much for also helping out on organizing this. And Vikash, maybe the last famous words are more or less for you. Please go take the floor.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Firstly, I would like to thank Michelle Rademark, Hague Center for Strategic Studies, for running the show so excellently. They have been running this for last 2 years. The first edition that we started with was with the summer school, which was in 2018. I still remember we started with the state of Telangana and state of Karnataka, students going to the Netherlands, having parallel classes. And that was a tough time we experienced, having parallel classes online in Telangana and Karnataka. And now after 2 years, the entire summer school, the concept has changed, and we are having all the classes online. So it's a blessing in disguise, I can say. Due to COVID, we could not talk about the travel and all those things. But yeah, we took the momentum alive. We kept the momentum alive, and this is for the 3rd year that we have stepped up to the challenge of COVID, and we did the online school. And I'm very glad that on average, seeing the numbers that we have, 300 students is tremendous, because again, this is one of the peak times in India also, when it comes to the semesters and the classes and all those things. So thanks a lot. And also, as Kartik rightly mentioned, recently I was going through a report by Data Security Council. They mentioned that there is a shortfall of 1 million cybersecurity experts. So the budgets with the companies are there, but we don't have the manpower. So wishing all the students best of luck. I'm sure that you are in a domain wherein you don't have to worry about unemployment. The funding is already there. The companies have already allocated the funds. You just have to grab up on the opportunities. So with this, I would like to thank Hague Center for Strategic Studies for running the show excellently. I would like to thank Kartik from the Center of Excellence, Government of Karnataka. Also, we have a silent partner who have been pretty active with the outreach and everything. That was the Data Security Council of India, the Telangana chapter, which is the Center of Excellence. So special thanks to Dr. Sriram and our colleague Brinchi from there. And all hats off to Calliope for running it so smoothly. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Vikash. Thank you so much. And indeed, thank you all for contributing to this school. I think that before we wrap up, Calliope, you still can show us something, and especially the students, isn't it?
Yes, I can show the preview of the certificate. So this is it. This will be, oh, can you see this? Yes. This will be received, yes, by the students by Friday, by this week's Friday. So we have to measure still the attendance. And once we have the students that have watched more than 60% of the courses, then I will fill in the name and send it over to you. So yes, this is what you will be receiving by the end of this week. And also, I would like again to repeat about the challenges. By the end of today, I will send the confirmation, the acceptance email, and by tomorrow you should fill out your preferences depending on the challenge you want to participate, so I can make groups. So that is it from me. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Calliope. And I think that for those that are being enabled to participate in the challenges, there will be a couple of meetings. So there will be, of course, kind of kickoff meeting per group with the person who brought in the challenge. And those persons will also be available at certain points in time to do a Q&A if necessary, and they will be the judges at the end as well. So the last day of the challenges part of the school is on the 13th of November, where we like the ones that we selected as having the most creative or nicest solution to present, because we think that we have too many groups that for all to present. But at least for each and every challenge, we will have the best one presenting 5 minutes and a 5 minutes Q&A. And then after that, we have the ceremony, and everyone participating in the challenge will get an extra certificate for this one as well. I think if I'm correct, there might only be one thing, is that what we will do also, and it will take a little bit of time, but for those lecturers that gave permission for the publishing the recordings of their lectures, those lectures will be available in due time on the website. So if you think of, okay, I would like to dive into that topic again, or you have a friend who you want to tell about a certain topic, those lectures will be available in due time. I think maybe, hopefully next week or so. I'm not sure, Calliope. That's up to you. You know better what's possible.
Yes, we will proceed to editing. I have to note that not all of the courses will be available because some lecturers have not given their consent. But once we have them, we will publish it in the Hague Center for Strategic Studies YouTube channel and on our website. And of course, I will publish them in the Google Drive as well, so students can surely find them. Yes, maybe sometime next week will be possible, yes.
Okay, thank you. Then I think we reached the end of this first part of the school. And I think the ceremony is closed then. So thank you so much.